Right, we're on. Okay, if you meet and greet.
Hi Tony, my name's Goulam. How are you?
Yeah,
Right?
you right?
Yeah, good.
I've seen you for ages.
Yeah, about 7 hours.
Yeah, my instructor who's gone off sick today,
Okay.
said we were going to do reverse around the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll hand it over to you.
Okay, Tony.
You got any questions before I hand it over to you?
What we'll do is we'll obviously go off and find a suitable site to do this reverse around the corner, Tony.
Yeah.
Have you ever done any reversing before in any of your lessons?
Good question. Yeah, I done a little bit of straight reversing last week.
Okay. And when you were reversing, did he ask you which direction to look at or what to look at when you were reversing?
Oh, he told me that I must look in the way that I'm going.
Okay. And did he tell you the importance of that?
Yeah, well, he said to me that obviously if I was driving down the road forward, I wouldn't be looking backwards. So.
Okay, excellent. Okay, if you just set yourself up as normal, Tony.
I'd probably just get in there with another question, yeah?
Okay, reference point.
Well, no, you can do that at the...
Okay. And what sort of speed were you reversing back at, Tony?
Oh, it was very slow speed.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to be using slow speed to reverse.
Yeah, so... You know, how did I keep the car slow?
So how are you keeping the car slow, Tony?
Oh, it was the coordination, then pedals.
Okay.
Yeah?
Excellent.
Then front controls.
Okay, brilliant. So we're going to use that coordination again today to make sure the car's slow enough for us to do this manoeuvre.
Right.
If you just set yourself up as normal, please, Tony.
Right, so I will let you know when we get to the site whether it's going to be a left-hand reverse or right-hand reverse and just see what's available.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
Is that your phone down, Plonker?
Yeah, otherwise I'll probably step on it. Always in between this gap. Yep, got it. So, what can you see in that interior mirror there, Tony?
Oh, I can frame the back window and I can see a bit of my head restraint and a bit of yours.
Okay, and what can you see in the exterior mirrors, Tony?
Oh, I can see 2 finger widths and I can see a little bit of sky and a little bit of road and the same with that one.
Okay, excellent. Just want you to start the engine, Tony, and we're going to drive on and find this suitable location. But what I want you to do is just show me how slow you're going to control the car as we're moving off out of here.
Oh, right, yeah. Slow like that one.
And what we're going to do, Tony, is we're going to use quick steering.
Oh, right.
Okay, so quick steering, big quick steers, big steers.
Oh, we're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left, Tony. Watch out.
Do you think you're going to die there?
I actually thought he was going to hit us because he wasn't looking, and I could see him not looking.
I have to probably get a new car in there.
So why do you think it's important that we use quick steering rather than short shuffling of the steering, Tony?
Oh, I suppose I got very wide on the corner but didn't turn the wheel, didn't I?
That's correct. So it gives us by using quick steering, it actually it helps us.
And we're going to go straight on it.
And we're going to go straight on the roundabout. It actually helps us turn the corners more accurately and more easier as well.
Alright. And we're going to turn.
And we're going to turn right, Tony. So again, we're going to use quick steering around here, Tony, and we're just going to move the car off nice and slowly. That's good.
The steering's not really a great big issue with the reverse around the corner, it's more that control.
Yeah. We get mixed up with turning the road, aren't we?
And we're going to turn right.
And we're going to turn right.
I haven't done a turning the road yet.
Stop assuming.
And we're just going to stop on the left.
And we're just going to stop on the left. So it's going to be single place. So if you just turn the engine off. What
Okay, so we're going to do a left-hand reverse into that turning the other side of that blue car, yeah?
Okay, excellent. Okay, Tony, so okay, Tony, so this is just a picture of what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so if you imagine we're parked up here on the left,
right, yeah.
on this diagram. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to move off from here. Okay, and we're going to get a good look into that road as we're driving past it. So
Yeah.
we want to drive nice and slowly to give us a good chance to look into the road. We're also going to pop a signal on just as we're level with that road. Once we've checked the interior mirror and the left mirror. Okay, so we're going to check the mirrors and pop the signal on if it's going to benefit anyone.
Right.
Okay, and I'll tell you if we need to at the time. So what we're doing is just checking for any parked cars that might stop us from doing that, because there's a hedge there in the middle. Obviously, if there are, I'm not quite sure what will happen there, but what we want to do, we want to park no more than 2 car lengths away from that corner.
Yeah.
And we want to park about a drain width distance away from the curb.
Right,
okay.
yeah.
So obviously, if we park too close, we're going to end up hitting the curb as we're reversing round. Okay. We're then going to, as you can see, it slopes down. Okay. So we've got a bit of a gradient there. So what we will do is we won't need to put the handbrake on straight away. I'll get you to select reverse gear, but I'll get you to hold the car using the foot control.
Don't tell me that the other side, can you? I remember it easier than well.
Okay. We're going to select reverse gear. It's important we get reverse, but we'll talk about that at the time. And we're going to carry out we're going to use the POM routine, which is prepare, observe, and move. Okay, so once we've prepared the car and we've prepared the car as normal, we're going to then carry out our observations. Okay, so we're looking out for these pedestrians or cyclists or cars that might hit us. Once we've carried out the observations, we're then going to start moving the car, and again we're going to use the coordination controls. Okay, like we spoke about. It's important we don't go too fast, because we're going to misjudge that, and we could hit a car coming in there or a car coming up behind us. So we are going to keep the car at old man's walking pace. Now, there are a couple of reference points that we need to pick up. We'll do that from over there. And what we're going to do, I'll tell you how much to steer. Once we're round this bend, okay, we're going to again look at all our observations, and we're going to keep our feet still, okay, because we don't want the car shooting back. And we'll pick up some reference points to make it easier for you to judge when to turn and how much to turn.
All right, yeah.
And we're going to go back we're going to go back a few car lengths, okay, not too far back. We're going to carry out observations as well. So, any questions on that, Tony?
No.
Okay. Excellent. So,
do we pick the reference points up here or over there?
So, I'm going to just ask you, if you look over your left shoulder, Tony, can you just tell me where the curb cuts into the car over the left shoulder?
Oh, just by the edge of that wiper.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
that's your reference point, okay, for making sure we're not too close to the curb and we're not too far out as well.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to use that reference point when we get there as well. They're already set up.
Yep.
Okay. So what I want you to do is start the car, please, and just move off here, checking the normal.
Oh no, to
appearance.
move off.
Yep. And we're just going to check into that road, Tony. So keep the car at a reasonable, at this sort of speed. We're just going to. Okay. So the road's all clear, Tony.
Okay.
So just check the interior mirror, left mirror.
Oh, there's nobody behind me.
Okay, so we don't need the signal. So about a drain width away, and just stop here for me, please, Tony.
All right.
Okay. Right. So if you, so we didn't need the handbrake, Tony. So just
you were sitting there staring at the window.
Yeah.
So I was trying to secure the vehicle in case you were preoccupied.
okay. So if
So
you
I don't
just
need the handbrake.
so let's handbrake's all the way down. We just cover the brake there, Tony. Okay. So keep the brake all the way down. So select reverse gear, Tony.
All right.
Okay, and just it's important that we get reverse. That's fourth gear,
Alright.
Tony. It's important we get reverse because we don't want to be going forwards and looking backwards.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we might hit
Makes sense,
something.
yeah.
Okay, now if you carry out, if you prepare the, well, we won't need any gas on this one. Okay, as I said, because by having gas we're going to shoot off backwards because we're already going downhill. Now, we need to carry out our observations now, Tony, as part of the pond routine. So if you look over your right shoulder, Tony,
All
right over your right shoulder between the door pillar and the head restraint,
right.
and just tell me what you can see in that, Tony.
Oh, I can see that road behind me.
Okay. Now you could have a child in that road that
Yeah.
suddenly appears out of nowhere, Tony.
Right.
So it is important that we check that. Okay. And just check up and down the right pavement for me, please, Tony. Anyone there?
No, it doesn't.
Just check ahead, Tony.
No, that car disappearing.
Yeah. So just check that interior mirror, sorry, Tony.
Nobody there.
No, and just check over your left. Okay. Anything coming up and down the footpath?
No.
And right over your left shoulder, out of the back window, Tony. Anyone there that can
No.
stop us doing this?
No.
Okay, that's fine. So just check that interior mirror again, Tony, before we start moving, in case any cars are coming. Okay, so we're going to just take your it's important we don't have the clutch too far up, Tony, because that's too far up at the moment. So down the width, down a centimetre. Okay.
Is that important?
Yeah, it is important because so it's just down a centimetre. Because if it's too far up, Tony, okay, once you let the foot control go, foot brake, we're going to go shooting off in the in that direction. So it is important. We don't want to go too fast. Okay. So if you just bring the width of a coin, if you just bring the brake up and just let your foot up the width of a coin, and that's enough. Just another width of coin, that's enough. Okay, now it's important we look over our left shoulder, Tony, and the direction we're going. Okay, so anyone coming? Right over your left shoulder, Tony. Okay, anyone coming?
No.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is just talk you through the first one, Tony. Okay, so just carry on looking over your left shoulder. Just a quick glance to the right, Tony, over your right shoulder between the door and the head restraint. Anyone there?
No.
Okay, just get the car old man's walking pace.
All right.
Okay, and I'll just tell me when that last curbstone cuts into the car, Tony, when you reach it.
Oh, I can't see it from here. I can see the straight curve down the road there.
Sorry, yeah, we're going to use that as a reference. So just stop here for me, please, Tony. Okay. So does that curb cut that goes along that road that we're turning into? Where does it cut into the car,
Comes
Tony?
in the corner of that window.
Okay, now that's your reference point for knowing when to turn, Tony.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because if we turn too early, we're going to hit the curb, and if we turn too late, we're going to go over the other lane, and we might hit a car coming in the other direction. So once again, Tony, we're just going to carry out our observations because we haven't seen over our shoulder for a few seconds. So over the right shoulder, Tony.
Oh, it's okay.
Right over your right shoulder between the door pillar and the head restraint again.
Oh, yeah,
anything there,
there,
Tony? Okay, and scan around in front.
Nobody there.
Anything over my shoulder here?
No.
And right over your left shoulder out the back window? Anything
No.
there? Okay.
No.
So if you get the car moving again at the old man's walking pace, so just bring the brake up a bit. Okay, and I'll tell you, we're going to add one turn.
Add.
We're going to steer towards me. Okay. We're going to steer one turn towards me.
What does one turn mean?
Yeah. So just before we move, Tony, if you imagine a clock face and you've got 12 there, by steering one turn towards me, you're going to bring that point back round again once.
Oh, so the wheel will look like that.
Yeah, so it'll look like that.
Oh,
if it was half a turn,
yeah.
it'd be upside down. Okay,
Right.
and likewise
Okay.
a quarter. So I forgot to mention that. So
That's right.
So once again, Tony, let's just quick check over your right shoulder, please.
All right.
Yep.
Trying to head restraint and a door.
Okay, and just a quick scan in front. Anything
clear.
over the left? Anything coming from behind me, Tony?
No.
Okay, so let's get the car moving at old man's walking pace and steer towards me, Tony.
Did you say one turn?
Yep, sorry,
Oh, right,
and just that's enough. Okay, now we're looking over because our car's going to swing out now, Tony. We're looking in that direction for any cars coming, and over your right shoulder. Anything coming there?
No.
Okay, because obviously if our car's sticking out and they do come, we're going to.
Do I need to look before I start to turn? Or
Yeah,
after I turn?
yeah.
Oh, right,
Just before you turn. Okay, so just keep steering. Get the car nice and slow, Tony.
Right.
Okay, and looking over your left shoulder. Sorry,
All
Tony.
right,
Over your left shoulder. Anything out the back window there? Okay, and just stop here, please, Tony. Anything over our right shoulder now? Any cars coming?
Oh yeah, there is a car.
Yeah. Okay, so let's wait for that car.
That's look there, isn't it?
Yeah. So let's wait for that car to go out, because the front of our car actually is out at the moment, Tony. And anything coming from the other direction, Tony?
What direction?
From the opposite direction, sorry. No. Okay. So we're all clear, Tony. So we're going to carry on. So I don't need you to steer, but just get that car moving and look over your left shoulder, Tony.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay, it's important we look in the direction we're going. So right over your left shoulder,
All right,
Tony.
yeah.
Okay, now just get the car moving very slowly. And if you just steer towards me, Tony, quarter turn. Actually, leave the steering wheel as it is, Tony.
All right.
Okay, just keep moving the car. Just look over your right shoulder again for me, please, Tony. No, right over the right shoulder between the door pillar and head restraint.
Yeah, no.
Anything there, Tony?
No.
Okay, and scan in front. Anything?
No,
Anything over?
them two pedestrians get out of that car.
Okay, so what we're going to do, Tony, is we're going to wait for them to go, because it looks like they're going to possibly come along here.
They're unloading their boots, aren't they?
Yeah, we'll let them.
Come on.
Yeah, I thought they started walking down.
Come on.
Okay, so what we're going to do, Tony, is we're going to just check over our right shoulder if anything's changed.
That's still the same.
No, anything going on here? Okay, we're going to.
We'll be out to wait for them now.
Yeah, I didn't know how to play that, sorry. Okay. So, where have they gone, Tony? Because it's
they're walking down the pavement.
Okay,
They're walking away from me.
car steady. So, are they at a... Right, okay, so they're now clear, Tony. So just check to the right again. Anything there?
No.
Okay, and anything over my shoulder? Anything out the back window?
No.
Over your left shoulder, Tony?
No.
Right over your left shoulder, Tony.
All right.
Okay, and get the car moving at walking pace, Tony. It's important that clutch is fully down at this point,
All
Tony.
right, yeah.
Clutch is down, yep. Okay, so keep the car moving, Tony. Look over your left shoulder, right out the back window, sorry. Okay, and keep the car moving. Okay, and just straighten up, Tony, so steer towards you one turn.
Alright.
Okay, and that's enough. Okay, and we're looking for that reference point, Tony. Can you just tell me when the back window seems to be straight along the road?
It looks like it's straight, yeah.
Okay,
but my reference point's not lining up.
Okay, so we need to get that reference point lined up. So just steer towards me quarter of a turn, Tony,
Right.
and looking out the back window because we're still moving,
Right,
and
yeah.
that's fine. Okay, and just I'll tell you when to. Okay, and now steer towards you a quarter turn, Tony.
Oh, so I was looking at that reference point.
Yeah, you are. Sorry. Yeah. So when you find that reference point, Tony, just tell me.
All right.
And look over your left shoulder, Tony. It's important that you're looking in that direction. Okay. And just stop.
Oh, my reference point's there now.
Okay, that's good. So steer towards you, Tony. Quarter of a turn, half a turn, sorry.
All right.
Okay, and that's good. And look over your left shoulder again. Look over your right shoulder as well, Tony. Anything happening there?
There.
Okay, and just get the car slow again. Okay, and now straighten up, Tony. So what? Quarter turn towards me, and look over your left shoulder because it's important that we're looking in the direction we're going. Okay, and reverse. Have you got that reference point now, Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. So keep looking over your left shoulder, Tony. Anything there?
No.
And just quick glance over your right shoulder between the door restraint and the.
Got a bit quicker now, can
No, it's important we keep our speed
Right.
steady, Tony. So keep looking over your left shoulder and over your right shoulder now, Tony. Anything there?
No.
Okay.
That's about 2 or 3 car lengths, isn't it?
Yeah, that's enough.
Well done.
Okay.
Well done. Good lad. Just a little bit of guidance.
Yeah, please.
Now the manoeuvre setup's very good.
Okay.
Yeah, you got me going. You know, pretty nippy. The brief was quite good. Doesn't need to be too long.
Mhm.
Yeah. I much prefer the information here as we're moving, instead of loads of information over there, which I'm going to forget anyway. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Very important. Don't wait till we get over here, and then ask me to try and pick up a straight line reversing point, because then I'm going to have to imagine a straight line reversing point, because I'm not going to have curves. I'm not going to have the curve to use it. Yeah.
Yep.
So if you check, have I got a straight line reversing point? If I haven't, then I need to pick one up before we drive past the turning.
I'll just write that in my folder.
Yeah.
So I've got it in on the page.
Yeah. So you asked the right questions at the beginning. Have I done any reversing before? Really good question to ask. And how did I keep the car slow?
Mm-hmm.
It's not really on the turn in the road. Yeah, we do work on the steering. The steering's not that important. It's how I keep that car slow. Yeah, and it was really good the way you looked across the road, and you realised it was a downhill reverse. Yeah, you'd be surprised on the day when the nerves kick in, the amount of people who forget to look. Yeah, and they've got me setting the gas, getting the clutch and biting point.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, as soon as the handbrake goes down, then, on the brake quickly, yeah. Stop it there. And then the clutch is fighting against the brake. But you didn't panic. I did play around with the clutch, fighting against the brake a bit. And you were very direct. You said, put the clutch down. We don't want the clutch up. A, it's fighting against the brake, or B, it's going to make the car shoot down the road, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
Excellent.
That was good. Yeah, so when I got round the corner, and I got straight, you got me to get the quarter turn on, then let me tell you when my straight line reversing point comes in, yeah? Yep. And you watched me all the time, that was good. Apart from the one occasion when you weren't watching me, was when we had initially pulled up there. Yeah, well, I had to do that because where were you looking at that point?
Yeah, that's stupid of me, really.
You were sitting there looking at the left arm mirror, yeah?
I thought we'd come too far apart, but he won't do that, will he? As long as I've told him a drain width, he won't go too far out.
No, it's just watch him all the time, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you spot the fact that I had put the handbrake on, but I didn't need the handbrake.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why it's good not to get the handbrake on is that it gives them something else to play around with, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
They let the handbrake down, but it's not fully down, yeah?
Yeah.
You're not going to fail on it, but, if you can stop me using it in the first place, then it's something I can play around with, yeah?
Yep.
And I certainly wouldn't need it there. It's more important to get in the reverse.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I didn't go straight in the reverse. I went into fourth gear. And you spotted that because you're watching me. And that's why they do it, is to make sure you're watching them. And you immediately came in with the reason it's important to be in reverse gear, because we don't be going forwards while we're looking backwards, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yep.
That was well done. Well done. I won't actually do a second one because that was fine.
Cool.
Yeah?
Did I get you to check over your right shoulder in this new road enough?
Yeah.
A couple of times?
Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit late. I should have checked the right hand shoulder just before I started to turn the, yeah? Because don't forget, once the wheel starts to turn to the left, that's when the front wing starts going out onto the road, yeah?
Cool.
And if anybody does come up behind me, then at any point on this manoeuvre, while I'm in that road, I really do need to make sure I'm stopped, yeah?
Yep.
Because even if I'm reversing back in a straight line, I must be stopped as they get into that danger zone where they're going to go past me, yeah?
Yep.
Because we're actually driving against the flow of traffic, aren't we?
Cool.
Yeah?
Quick question,
Yeah.
just on tape. You know, when they got out of the car, he sort of started walking towards us, and then she said to him, get something out the boot. So they went back. So, you know, when was that a bit over cautious?
Well, I would just say because they were to the left, and when I looked at them, they were both had their heads in the boot, yeah?
Right.
So, yeah, they probably, I mean, it turned out they were a bit of a problem in the next few minutes, but I can actually make some headway back, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
As long as I stop when they close that boot and start walking towards me.
Yeah.
Because they did walk down the pavement here.
Yeah.
And then you asked me where they were, and I told you where they were. So, yeah, it wasn't a big problem.
Okay.
But obviously, we don't want to be waiting for somebody who's not a danger to us at that point, because the longer we wait, then there's a chance that somebody's going to come up this road and we're going to start to manoeuvre again, yeah? So when we got that clear road, we really want to be trying to make some use, you know, make a car length or two back, yeah? And then when they are a danger to me, then I'll stop, yeah?
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yep.
I would just like a little bit more emphasis on what I was watching for, yeah? You have this habit, I noticed yesterday when we were doing crossroads, is there anything? Is there anything on the pavement? Is there anything, yeah? Mention what I'm looking for. Is there any cars or bikes coming? Is there any pedestrians, yeah? Do you remember I said yesterday on the crossroads?
Yeah.
You were saying that about the extra road. Is there anything coming out of that road, yeah? You know, it could be a pigeon, yeah?
Yep.
You know, make an emphasis on it. Is there any cars coming? Is there any bikes coming? Is there any pedestrians coming, yeah? Yeah, pedestrians, you know, I can't overemphasise this enough. They're very hard to see, but very easy to hit and very easy to damage, yeah? So, you know, use the word pedestrian, yeah?
I will do.
Yeah? Right, I'll give that a pause.
Okay.